Well, hello there. I am Maria, and as I'm moving to Dublin next week already, which is crazy, I decided this is a perfect time to make a video about the things I wish I had known before I decided to move to Dublin. There are a couple of those that have surprised me. I think this video will be insightful to anyone who was thinking of moving to Dublin, visiting Dublin, or doing a master's or a bachelor's there. Normally, I do tons of research before visiting a country, before moving to a new country for sure. But this time around, after I got my offer from Trinity College Dublin, I was so excited, and I still am super excited, that I kind of did more of the research about the university and less about the city itself. I don't regret that, because I still probably would have chosen to move there because of the university and because of the program. But I still wish I had known about them before I decided to accept the offer and before I decided to go there. I was so motivated and excited that I thought that I will just jump over any inconvenience, any challenge, any obstacle that I might face and just will go on about my life afterwards. Well, it did not really go like this. It felt more like falling on your face and then getting up again and then falling again and then getting up again and then falling again. I did not expect it to be this mess. Let's dive into the 3 things I wish I knew before I decided to move to Dublin. First of all, Dublin is quite expensive, and I did think it might be a little bit like maybe like Scotland but it's even more expensive. Dublin is one of the most expensive countries in the European Union. It comes after Denmark and Norway and Iceland, so less expensive than these countries, but still very expensive. So I'm the kind of person that budgets and plans in advance, and I even did a budget plan for the whole year in Dublin, looking at how much I expect to pay for rent, for groceries, for going out, and for everything per month. So I analyzed my spending, analyzed how much I spend in Berlin each month and each year, how much I've been spending in the past years, and then I made a plan for myself to spend, I don't know, around 800 euros per month in Dublin. This was when I expected I will find a room in a private home that I will pay maybe around 600 euros per month for. Well, let me tell you, I was wrong. I will not be paying 600 for a room in Dublin because the housing crisis is no joke. And this brings me to my second point, which is, unfortunately, the housing crisis. I did not expect it to be this bad. And this is what I hear from everyone, from other students, from friends that have lived there. They are all telling me the same thing. The housing crisis, you should take it seriously. When I was applying for apartments and for rooms, I noticed that it is hard, that it is not something you can just find out of the blue. You really have to put the effort in, write a lot of emails to landlords and to just different people and hope for a response. The problem is that in Dublin right now, there is this one main page where people look for apartments, which is daft.ie. And I tried looking there. I messaged a lot of people, at least 200. And each time there is a new property on a website for renting, you can see below, and I will insert it here, you can see how many people have seen this property. You might expect maybe 100 people, 200 people. No, it's in the thousands. It's 10,000 sometimes. 30,000 people have seen this apartment. And if they have seen it, probably they are looking for an apartment. Probably they have applied as well. So your email might be one of 10,000 emails, which means the landlord either chooses at random or they only choose the people that have really high salaries and are very safe and are not students maybe, because students are only there for a year or 2 or longer, but they cannot guarantee. They're looking for people who are very safe, have very stable salaries and very high salaries, can afford the rent, which is probably very high. It is definitely not impossible to find an apartment in Dublin, so don't get discouraged too early on. I'm just mentioning that it is a serious problem. You should not get discouraged if you're not getting replies from landlords right away, because there are a lot of people who are applying and there is a lot of competition. Expect a budget around 800 to 1,500 euros for a room or a studio apartment being on the higher end. because that's the reality at the moment in Dublin. I did not want to believe it myself, and I was until the last moment hoping that I'll find something cheaper than the €1,000 roundabout I will be paying for a half of a one-bedroom apartment. If you manage to find a place that is cheaper, then do leave a comment below with your tips. I'm sure everyone would appreciate it. If you can take away one point from this video, I think it should be this: do budget more money that might go towards rent than you're planning to spend, just in case you will have to pay more for rent, which might happen. I hope not, but it might. On to the next one. The third thing, and it is not something I would worry too much about, but still something to consider, is that Dublin has a relatively high crime rate for its size. So Dublin is a pretty small capital city compared to, I don't know, Berlin or Paris or Rome, but still it has a pretty high crime rate for its size. I'm not sure what to expect yet because I have never been to Dublin before, so I'll maybe make a new video about this topic, discussing if I feel safe in Dublin, what I've been seeing and experiencing while living there. For now, I'm not too worried about the crime rate coming from Berlin, because I consider Berlin to be a pretty safe city, even though it's a capital city and it has its, places I wouldn't choose to go to at night alone if I don't have to. If I have to, I'll probably be fine, but still I would choose not to go. So we'll see about the criminal rate in Dublin. Because there is a housing issue that I have touched on in the previous point, there is sadly a homelessness issue that is connected to that, and also unfortunately a drug abuse issue as well. I don't think I'll be shocked coming from Berlin, and I think if you're coming from a larger city like Paris or Rome or Berlin, probably you won't find it shocking as well. We'll see. I'll keep you updated. So those were the 3 points. First of all, the high cost of living. Second of all, housing crisis. And third of all, unexpectedly high crime rate, which I wouldn't worry about too much for now. I'm moving next Thursday already. Crazy times. I've been packing and decluttering. Almost good to go. I'll be there on the 1st of September, moving into my new apartment. I'll be sharing it all with you as well, so stay tuned on this channel. Subscribe to not miss my new videos about life in Dublin and studying abroad, about organization, Notion, budgeting. Thank you so much for your support, and also feel free to follow me on Instagram, where I share stories and reels and insights from my day-to-day as well, on a more regular basis than, once a week or once every 2 weeks here. So that's it from me. If there is something you want me to talk about in the next videos, showing you Dublin, showing a certain district, showing the university, or talking about another subject more, then leave a comment below and I'll make sure to get back to you and talk about it or show it to you. Have a great week and see you next time. Bye bye. I did not expect it to be this mess. Yeah.